In this case rests a nice little gift from the 70s. Made in Japan by Kawai Tesco and imported to the US by US Musical Merchandise, a New York distributor under the brand Sekova. This is a vintage electroacoustic mandolin. This particular one features the iconic starburst coloring many guitars and mandolins of the time share. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video here on the channel. My name is Patrick, also known as Nekitis, and today we'll be discussing my new mandolin. To start, I have a confession to make. I do not know how to play the mandolin or even the guitar. That being said, I still love the instrument, and I couldn't help myself when I saw this beauty buried under a cabinet. Just before Christmas, my father and I went hunting at some antique shops for a unique present for my dad to give to my mother. We do this every year, and I always go with him since I have a good eye to discover presents for others. During this excursion, I discovered this mandolin. It has certainly seen a lot of use, but the price was fantastic. And it came with a bunch of accessories. Against my better judgment, I decided I had to have it. It came with several spare strings, so before I do anything, I will need to replace these old rusty ones. Once the strings were set up in tune, I tested them out, and they sounded fantastic. The instrument still has its magic. Since you all know the deal by now, you know I'm gonna have to sample this. I try to make my decent sampler VSTs simple, so we won't be recording the electric side of things just yet. But perhaps in the future, we could revisit this with some guitar pedals. Some of you may have picked up on this, but to others who are new, I try to spend no more than a day making this VST, and no more than a day to make the video accompanying it. I have a life, surprisingly enough, outside of YouTube, where I also make music, sound design, art, and animations for companies, galleries, and so on. So for this reason, there won't be any fancy sound effect recordings or glides. After several hours of recording and another hour cleaning up the files, we assemble the VST. The final instrument I think came out very nice. Lots of variation with the round robins, and the instrument has a lot of color to it. The sound is warm and bright. While there are certainly some artifacts on some of the samples from technical issues I had while recording, I still think it came out very well. Perhaps in the future I will revisit this and make a more authentic version, but for now I'm quite happy with it. I have included a link in the bio of the video to a decent sample library on Piano Book I have made using this instrument. If you make anything cool with this, please feel free to share with me. I would love to hear. I hope you all get as much enjoyment from this as I have, and I'll see you next time. Patrick.